Just talk about going to the Manning Passing Academy and what you got out of that.
A lot of people, I think, assume that I'm going to camp and learn stuff from Peyton and Eli and all them, which I do, but it's more for me to be a counselor for high school age kids out there just trying to learn the quarterback position. But it's a great opportunity to get around other college quarterbacks. There's around 40 of us that were from all over the country, some big name guys, and you also have the opportunity to interact with Peyton and Eli and Archie and their oldest brother Cooper as well. So it's a good opportunity overall.
Do you find yourself competing with the other quarterbacks there at all?
Yeah, they have a designed evening where we throw routes to some of the campers or some of the guys from the area, and also we do what they call an aired out competition, and you compete against all the other college guys.
How'd you do airing it out?
I did all right.
Did you win it?
I didn't win it. I made it to the semifinals, I think.
Joshua, what about for you? I think you've been to California twice since the end of last season. What have been the benefits of those experiences for you?
They've just been a great opportunity just to get out and get coaching. As you know, I was out there with Coach Whitfield, and Justin was there as well. It was a great opportunity to get coaching from Coach Whitfield, a guy who knows a lot about the position, and just hear feedback from an outside source to improve for the upcoming season.
Josh and Justin, you guys travel out there to that camp together, and was it kind of weird seeing two guys from one school out there? I don't imagine there was any other school that had two guys out there, right?
There wasn't. We actually we first saw each other when we got there, so I mean it was good to see a familiar face and a good opportunity to continue to grow and continue to just get better and improve our position.
So y'all know each other. Y'all know the other one was going to be there. It's a total surprise.
It was a surprise. Yeah. Well, a good one, but it was a surprise, yeah.
And Coach Whitfield said he doesn't really like having two quarterbacks from the same school at the same time, but he kind of praised us for competing against each other, but also working together as well. So it was very constructive for us.
Yeah. Josh, does he work a lot, Whitfield, with your technique, and is it anything different than what Coach Bajakian is teaching?
It's along the same lines. I know Coach Bajakian and Coach Whitfield have a really good relationship, so they kind of echo each other. Coach Whitfield, he focuses a lot on mechanics, starting from the ground up, working on your footwork, movement, pocket, and then from there he progresses to working on just different types of throws, touch balls, on the run, moving in the pocket. So he just works your all-around game as a quarterback.
Nathan, where did you go during the summer? What did you do to improve as a quarterback?
Well, I just went home in May, for that month or whatever, and really just worked with some receivers there, and try to get as much work in as I can. And then just the whole summer been here working with the guys, competing against each other, having fun, and trying to get that timing down with the receivers here. I'm just doing anything I could, to be the best that I can be.
What are some of the drastic differences you've noticed working with these newcomers at wide receiver to add to Josh Smith and Marquez North versus where you guys were last year?
Right. Well, I think all of our receivers have just improved so much. Whether they've been here since the spring or been here, 2 or 3 years. I think what you're seeing is a lot of the old guys getting just so much better than new guys coming here with talent. And then they've really improved over the summer too. Really been working their craft and listening to everything that the coaches can tell them, and really just trying to get better and be the best themselves.
Justin, specifically Marquez, how much more comfort do you maybe see out of him? What have you seen out of him at the wide receiver position this summer?
Like Nathan said, everybody's made great strides from a lot of these guys from year 1 to year 2, and Marquez is one of those guys. He's been more vocal this offseason, taking more of a leadership role, taking some of these new guys like Josh Malone, Vic Wharton, Vaughn Pearson, some of these guys under his wing, and you can see his confidence growing each and every day.
Is it realistic to expect some of those young receivers to have an impact early, or is that putting a lot on those guys until they really have time to win the position?
I think you can see some of these guys contribute. I think depth at wide receiver is going to be huge for us this year. Being able to rotate guys, not having Marquez North or some of these guys playing 70, 80 snaps, maybe give them 40 snaps. That way they're going 100% every 40 snaps. So depth and having these young guys develop and mature pretty fast this camp is going to be huge for us.
Just you guys had there's no rule where you could spend time in the classroom with assistant coaches. I'm sure Coach Pajakian spent every minute of that with you guys, right?
Yeah. We definitely took advantage of our time with the coaches this offseason.
Is he any different than he is during the season in the classroom?
No, he's pretty fired up every time you walk into the classroom, and real intense, and a lot of it's kind of been a recap of some old things just to kind of refresh our minds, but I mean, we definitely took advantage of our time with them.
You've been through some summers where it's kind of been just you on your own having to review stuff and look through the playbook. How much can that help to have your coach there to kind of help you through that over the summer? I
mean, it helps a lot. Just having somebody to ask questions to, because in the past it was really all on us, and we were leading the offense, leading the receivers. They've been a little more hands-on, but still there's been a lot of opportunities for us to get the receivers by ourselves or teach different offensive groups, different plays and things like that. But being able to talk to the coaches and go over some stuff with them helps.
Hey Josh, in the spring, do you think the spring game was your best day in the spring? And if so, why?
I feel like throughout the spring, I was able to grow a lot. Of course, it was the first spring here, and a lot was thrown at us over the spring. I feel like I was able to end the spring on a very high note leading up to fall camp. So my goal is to take my success from the spring game, continue to build on them as I have throughout the summer and into fall camp.
You think that was your best day though, the spring game?
I don't know if it was my best day, but it was a good. I did have a good day that day.
For any of you, while you are competing for a starting job, does it make it any more of a challenge while you're rebuilding an O-line that Coach Jones has said there are some concerns with and they have to keep developing?
If it's a challenge, I think, those guys have really embraced the challenge. I think, it's no secret what the rankings are out there of them, but they've done a great job coming into work every day and really taking it upon themselves, taking it personal. And they're a great group of guys, really hardworking, and they're really excited to see what they're going to do this year.
Coaches have talked about wanting to run a faster tempo this year. How difficult will that be with a brand new offensive line and then young guys on the outside as well?
I mean, y'all are saying brand new offensive line, but a lot of these guys have been here for 2-3 years. So it's not necessarily a brand new offensive line. It's just new guys that are going to be playing. They've been in the system, at least Mac and Marcus, Kyler, Dylan Wiseman. Some of these guys, they've been in the system, so they know what's expected out of them. It's just new guys that are going to be playing this year. So I think they've really embraced their role. They've embraced being kind of the gas pedal for getting this offense started. And our receivers have done a good job out wide as well, embracing the challenge of going faster. And I think you can see us amp it up a little bit this year.
Justin, how much more confident do you feel knowing the playbook and knowing how Butch Jones wants to run the offense this year versus last year?
I think Nathan and I were joking earlier, this is like the first year that we've had the same offense going from one year to the next. And I mean, it's awesome to be able to build off of one year to the next. So yeah, you can see, I think all of our confidence grow knowing that we've learned for 2 years on the same offense.
Last one. You said it wasn't that it's a bunch of new guys. It's the same guys you guys have been here with, but now it's a new group of offensive line. Mm-hmm. How do you feel like your chemistry all together with those guys are, since you never started or played with them much?
I think it's going to be very strong. They really know how to play as a unit. A lot of these guys have played second string together, so they know how to play with each other. They know kind of each other's tendencies, and they embrace the challenge of being the offensive line at the University of Tennessee.
Okay, guys, bring it over here.